Hey everybody, this is Daniel from Grey Castle Games. Today we're going to have the UA versus Fortune Ladies. We're going to turn it off to our commentator, Tyler Ashlock.
Hey guys, we're ready for a very heated matchup. One of these we definitely expected to get pretty far. The Ultra Athletes are a deck that has been uh, borderline capable of being competitive in the past, not as much at this point in time. But fortunately, is not so much. Both decks are currently 2-0 in our tournament. We still have over 30 participants remaining in this event. Three more rounds to go after this. So it looks like I believe the Ultra Athlete player is actually running over 50 cards in the deck. So it's quite interesting. I've seen his list, and it didn't look like that. I didn't actually register the fact that he had that many cards in his deck because there's so many good ones. So this should be interesting. But Fortunately, is going first. He's starting off with one of his power plays with Brilliant Fusion. That extra normal summon is quite a big deal in his deck because he's able to now use more effects, more plays off of his different Fortunately in a single turn. So he has a Trick Clown, so we're going to be seeing a rank 4 play more than likely this turn. We've got the Desires too. Got a lot of powerful cards in this opening start. Let's see if his board can reflect the kind of cards that he started with. Because he has two normal summons left and two dudes on the table with a handful of cards. So we use our extra normal summon to bring out a Junk Synchron. Interesting. So he's definitely going to be looking into possibly making an Omega this turn, which can mitigate the fact that if he banished a lot of really bad cards they didn't want to banish, he can actually take advantage of all those coming back. Because sadly, their draw spell, Fortune Future, I believe, or Future Fortune, can't return the face down banish back. We have a Thunder King, which is really good against Ultra Athletes. He mains it, it's really good, but man, Ultra Athletes are going to have a hard time messing with that card. Because they do run a few more search spells. Their summons are inherent, so he can actually negate one of their summons, which would be really devastating because it takes a normal summon to lead to the bigger ones. Looks like Raymond's not too excited about his opening. Yep, that Thunder King probably took out most of his hand in that situation. But now Raymond's going to be going first this time. We might end up seeing a blowout this time around. Haven't had one yet this tournament. Well, at least an entire match being a blowout. So this matchup is definitely going to be interesting to see what they decide to sideboard. Travion might be bringing in stuff like Maxi or Dark Hole because the deck he's going against has a lot of special summons and also Dark Hole. Only his Perfect Ace can actually prevent that, so it could actually mess him up quite a bit. The second Thunder King definitely could end up. That Thunder King in his main deck was a one of. He has a second in his sideboard. With how big of a blowout it was, I would be very shocked if he didn't bring the second one in. But then again, he doesn't know who he's going against yet. So I think the safest say is he's going to bring in a Thunder King and maybe Max C's since he's going second. But there's his Monarch part of the UAs. So right now he's over here thinking that he's going against some kind of Monarch deck. So that's kind of funny. So we have our Mighty Slugger hitting the table. And he's going to swap him out for probably a higher level. Nope, just wants his defense position Perfect Ace. So Perfect Ace is really good because it can actually stop him from using a card or effect. So not only can that stop spells and traps, but it can also stop monster effects, which Travion in his Fortune Ladies has a lot of spell and traps that he wants to resolve. especially the Brilliant Fusion Pod Desires. If that Perfect Ace stops the Desires, that could be absolutely backbreaking. But we have a Brilliant Fusion again. I don't think it's entirely wrong to negate here, but if he only has one negate, it's going to be tough choosing what to negate. Because now we see, did he have the Trick Crown? No, he sent a Fortune Lady. Okay. So this time we should be seeing a little bit more of what the Fortune Ladies actually bring to the table in his deck. Because in the last game we didn't see any Fortune Ladies. Just saw some really powerful staple cards hitting the table. Well, looks like Perfect Ace is going to be stopping the Junk Synchron. Oh, Dark Hold. Oof. That card advantage. And we have Desires. We are now up 5 cards to 2. Well, Brilliant Fusion may as well not be a card. So 4 to 2. Does he have another Gigabyte? Nope. Oh, he couldn't do it anyway because it has to be a spellcaster. We have the beatdown game going. Yeah, the cool thing with Gigabyte is with Fortune Lady Water. Water is a level 4 inherently. He can actually go into his Bahamut Shark in totally awesome plays. The level manipulation and such from the Fortune Ladies is absolutely awesome. To be able to do all kinds of different plays with this deck, synchro plays and overlay plays and all of the above. But we see him getting his Monarchs out again. So it looks like we're going to see Mighty Slugger hit the table again, which is actually really good against Gigabyte, because Gigabyte normally has an effect when he dies to add a card. But instead we have a Dreadnought Dunker. Um, just piercing, and I guess he can kill a card, so if he's trying to get rid of his back row, but I feel like the Mighty Slugger would have been a little bit better. Oh, it doesn't really matter, because the Floodgate would have stopped it either way. Actually, he could have still summoned the Mighty Slugger he had in hand, unless he discarded it. Oh, he discarded to the Perfect Ace. And Fortune Lady Dark. So now he gets a special summon a Fortune Lady from his graveyard. So it looks like Raymond might be responding. Whoop, saw him strike. So we will see what we have here. Both players are top decking at this point, and it looks like Travion's Fortune Ladies have been having a little bit more success with top decking. We have Chocolate Magician Girl hitting the table. Just a little bit of filtering available for that, discarding and putting those Fortune Ladies in the grave to get their effects to be able to bring themselves back, or Junk Synchron them back, and so on. And I just noticed it's actually a water also, so it and Gigabyte also can create totally awesome. That looks like we have Raymond either trying to defend himself or he drew something to tribute summon, which he has a lot of things he can tribute summon off of the Edea and Eidos package. Oh, and we have the signing deal. So he's going to take a little bit of damage, but he gets to add any UA, special summon any UA from his deck to his side of the field. Forgot about that. I thought it was add. So he's going to be taking some damage, but he gets a guy to his field. We're getting the mighty. We're getting midfielder to hand. Ooh, this is actually ending up pretty good looking so far. Now, does he have another Ultra Athlete in his hand? Yes, he does. And we have Perfect Ace again, so he is set up for another negate. It will take him off of his low level UAs though, so that would be quite tough. If he sees the field spell though, that's what he's been missing this entire time. He's just not getting much card advantage compared to what Travion's been doing. There it is, the field spell right off the top. He is now in this game. And sorry guys, I don't really plan on having many sports puns with strikeouts and stuff like that or home runs. So, but this is actually looking really good now. Midfielder's really good too because he can actually bounce his other guys at any time to um, get effects, including the permanent boost that Stadium gives, and also switching out during the opponent's turn. So if he negates with Perfect Ace later or something like that, he can switch it out for someone else, and then he can even put Perfect Ace back on the table if he has another one. And we have Rebounder, so he gets to actually. He could have special summoned one from the grave, but it looks like he chose not to. But with that negate in his hand, that's actually quite huge. Everything is bigger now, so he has. Oh, even Edia gets the boost, so it's any monster in general. So now he gets to add. I think this game is just about wrapped up, actually. It looks like UAs are going to take this game for sure. Because now he gets to add any UA from his deck to his hand. He's going to get another pump, and he still can negate with the Perfect Ace. So Travion has to have two cards. Even if he gets another Perfect Ace, it's fine. Because no, it's not actually. It looks like it would be because he's going to have two negates because he bounces it to bring it out. So yeah, he does have two negates here. So even with two cards, oh no, he opted to not switch the things to attack. Interesting. Maybe he, I don't know. I still don't think Travion can come back from this, but that definitely should have been some attacks for game right there. Because with two negates and all his dudes being buffed up right now, it just like we think Totally Awesome is a difficult card to get around, but these perfect aces, they are really good. Yep, Travion understood that he was not coming back from that one, and this time he actually can be a little bit more prepared for this game since he actually knows what his opponent's playing this time. So with that being said, he's going to be able to sideboard a little bit more accordingly. And I don't know. It just all depends on how much understanding he has of this deck too, because this is one of those decks that if you don't understand it, you might sideboard cards that you normally wouldn't sideboard or you shouldn't sideboard. I definitely think Spell and Trap Destruction needs to come in because that Stadium was the entire reason that he was capable of taking over the game. Um, I mean, Effect Failure is really good because of the Monarch Bart. I mean, you stop the Edia, and that's the turn. Secret Village's Spellcaster is also a really good card he could possibly bring in because taking his opponent off of Stadium, Rhoda, and any other cards could be really big. I am curious as to what Raymond's been bringing in though. I'm curious if he brings in the Gamma Seal at all because he hasn't seen that the deck is capable of making Totally Awesome. So that could actually be to Travion's advantage that he hasn't actually done that yet because he is going first. We are going to see him discarding to draw a card. And if he has the Gigabyte or any way of getting an extra summon out there, in which he has the Gigabyte, we're going to see Totally Awesome for the first time. And if he drew the Instant Fusion, that'd be even more insane too. Oh, yeah, Raymond's not too excited about seeing Totally Awesome this game. And it looks like he was not expecting it too, based off of his comment. Likely he's not having to worry about seeing an Instant Fusion, though. That would have been absolutely bonkers. Travion does have a negate available for that Edea, which again would take his entire turn away, stopping that with anything. Oh, he didn't even let him get the option to try to do it. He just negated straight away with Storm Warning. That one of. That is a good card to have. So now Raymond's going to have to worry about seeing 2 Toads if this Bahamut Shark resolves its effect. Yeah, looks like Raymond's not too stoked. Interesting. He's going into 3 back row with 1 Toad. I mean, it is more damage, but having 2 Toads available off Bahamut Shark in main phase 1 could have at least protected him against possible extra traps. But fair enough. Seems to work anyway. Reinforcement of the army. The interesting thing again is I believe that the UAs are inherent summons. So if he has the Slugger in his hand, he can actually get over Toads. There we go with the terraforming. So he's really trying to bait out a Toad here. It doesn't look like Toad is going to get baited out at all, which could actually end up being a very big problem for Travion, because if Slugger actually is an inherent special summon, then he's not going to be able to do anything about it. And unless one of his traps is maybe a floodgate trap hole or something, Raymond could actually pull through. Looks like he's going for the Dunker, though, which wouldn't be bad either. It just depends on what the back rows are. He's already had a warning so far. If he has other good traps too, though, that could be a problem. Yeah. Inherent summon for Dreadnought Dunker. But based off of there not being any window pop up and the timing, I think there's a Solemn Strike set. Nope. We have the Floodgate Trap Hole. Nope, Bottomless Trap Hole. Another one of. How insane. You cannot ask for much better than that. But we have a Call the Haunted coming up to get back. Ooh, Edea. Yep, that is definitely a negate there. There was no way that was resolving. And that just gives him another option to make another Bahamut Shark or rank 4 play next turn. Pretty sure that is it, guys. Yep. So Fortune Ladies take the match 2-1. It's totally awesome being the prime ender of that game.
Thank you, Tyler. And you know what? I was resisting the urge to scream goal into the mic the entire time. This is Daniel Howe with Great Castle Games. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find us on Facebook and cggcollectibles.com.